What's up guys, PPD here and welcome to another episode of the Trophy Cabinet. Today's tournament is the One Nation Cup and the requirements for this tournament were to have a team of just one nation. Pretty self-explanatory with the name of the tournament. So I went ahead and built an Argentinian team, obviously. As I am Argentinian, I've said this a million times, but I went with an Argentinian team, and it's probably one of the best nations you can choose to build a one-nation team for. Brazil was another one, but we go into the final and we come across a French team, and I've played with a few French teams before, and I didn't really like them, so it was going to be interesting to see how our opponent would play with them. Something that I noticed was a bit strange in his midfield was he was playing Ben Arfa at center mid and on the left side, and that is a bit weird because Ben Arfa not only is a cam normally, but he's left-footed, so that was a bit strange. But we would get the first chance of the game over here in the 13th minute. Pereira swings it across. Lloris does not catch the ball. Rebound falls to Aguero, and Aguero scores to make it 1-0. So a pretty good start in the 13th minute as we take the lead. And in the 43rd minute, not much happened after like 30 minutes, but at the end of the half, we would have a chance to make it 2-0 over here. Pastore gives it to Dybala, who loses it to Evra. However, it does go back to Pastore. Pastore waiting for somebody to pass it to, gives it back to Dybala. Dybala with a great fake shot right there. Gives it to Enzo Perez, and Enzo Perez with a great finish to make it 2-0 and gives us a very nice lead going into the second half. And Enzo Perez is one of my favorite midfielders in this game because I've had him in La Liga teams, I've had him in Argentinian teams, and he is just very, very good. He can finish, he's really good at passing, really good at dribbling, and I definitely recommend him if you're building a La Liga team. But yeah, we went into the second half with a 2-0 lead. I forgot to show the stats, but we had pretty even stats. However, our opponent didn't really create anything too dangerous. And in the 60th minute, it was time for a change because I wanted to get that third goal. So I went ahead and brought on Di Maria, who was on the bench, surprisingly. I started Lanzini, something which you guys are probably asking yourselves why I did. Well, I knew Lanzini was good enough to start, so I said, you know what, might as well have Di Maria as an impact sub. With full fitness, he can do some damage. So that is why I went ahead and brought in Di Maria as a sub. Also brought on that classic America's Cambiaso card that I wanted to try out, so put him in the midfield right there to see how he would play. And what do you know, in the 62nd minute, Enzo Perez grabs his second goal and gives us a very good lead, 3-0. Things are looking good, and not too long after, in the 70th minute, we went ahead and made our last sub, brought on Lucho Gonzalez, who's also a Classic America card. I bought them, and I said I gotta at least try them once before I sell them. So I went ahead and brought those two guys on, and unfortunately, I took off. Oh no, I didn't take off Perez. I thought I took him out. Well, I guess I didn't. Oh yeah, Perez is playing CDM for me. I forgot. And yeah, Aguero makes it a 4-0 right there in the 80th minute, and this game is pretty much done and dusted. However, in the 82nd minute, our opponent will try to get an attack going. Enzo Perez, great defending right there. He's definitely the man of the match this game, without a shadow of a doubt. And over here, Di Maria with a great chip. Unfortunately, it does hit the post. However, our opponent seems to have lost batteries, his controller died, and we take the ball away, pass it to Aguero, and Aguero makes it a 5-0, grabs his second goal of the game. But in the 90th minute, our opponent would look for a consolation goal. Kashani with a great cross right there to Payet, however, he can't control it well. Bounces to Rulli, Dybala wins the header, and after that, the ref would blow for full time. And with that, we are the champions of the One Nation Cup. Not exactly a very hard game, but a pretty good win. And we get ourselves a mystery pack, I think, a couple of coins, and of course another trophy for the cabinet. So we go ahead and open the mystery pack, praying that we get a draft token this time around. And what do we get? We get ourselves a jumbo gold pack, which isn't that bad because I think we could have gotten some coins that were very low. So I think the jumbo gold pack is probably your second best reward you can get from that. So whatever, we go ahead and open that pack. 24 items, 20 gold, and 3 rares. Obviously we're gonna get nothing because we never do get anything, but at least it's tradable. So anyways guys, this is going to conclude this episode of the Trophy Cabinet. This has been the One Nation Cup. Thank you so much for watching. My name is PPD, and I'm out.